Yes, welcome. It is the Impact Coaching Podcast, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the need for consistency in your actions towards your goals before you start seeing any growth, any change, any progress, and how at times we can want to see immediate results when we're looking at changing, growing, working towards our goals. We're looking at seeing immediate results when in reality, it can take time. It can take time for you to see the results that you want, and it can affect you by being disheartened at times. It can affect you by feeling frustrated, by you not seeing the progress that you thought you would have. So we're going to be talking about that today and how you can bring into your life the consistency so you can have the results that you want. So before we do dive into today's podcast, welcome. My name is James Hatney, and welcome to the Impact Coaching Podcast, where we are podcasting each and every single day throughout the month of July. And if you haven't already, make sure that you hit subscribe just so you never miss an episode of the podcast. Now, as you know, we are recording this podcast and releasing the podcast each and every single day. And we're coming up to around about halfway through July now. So halfway through the amount of podcasts that I'm going to be recording. And it got me really thinking about what have I learned so far on this journey about my progress this month. Now, I've been podcasting for nearly 2 years now, but I've never done it consistency really until we first started, where it's been each and every single day. And it came from what I was hoping to get out of podcasting each and every single day, and that was purely to increase the amount of downloads that I was getting, really take it to the next level. We hit 50,000 downloads last month, and now it's time to take it to the next level. So I was thinking to myself, right, okay, I want to grow my downloads. I want to see more downloads, more listeners coming in to helping me to grow the podcast, reach more people, and they're the results that I wanted to see. And you know, for the first week, I didn't really see much change. I was podcasting each and every single day, and I was getting a little bit impatient. I was like, oh man, you know, I want to see these results. I want to see my podcast grow. I want to be seeing the numbers going up. I expected the numbers per episode to be increasing. And I was starting to get a little bit frustrated. Starting to get a little bit, how come I'm not seeing this? You know, I'm podcasting each and every single day, putting out more content. And then what happened was I started to see slowly an increase, more traction, more people booking on to the confidence calls and me, people more downloading more podcasts. So now we're 16 days into the actual month of July and 16 days of podcasting each and every single day and releasing the show. I am now starting to see the traction that I was hoping to see within the first few days. And that got me thinking back to kind of previously, you know, goals that I've had and changes that I wanted to bring in my life, at how that impatientness right at the start, whenever I'm looking at changing something, whether I'm looking at knocking down my 5K time of running, I'm looking at increasing finances, increasing my confidence. Whenever I've started something in the past, I've had this, right, it's going to be like this, it's going to have a kind of a straight change, I'm going to see huge results straight away, and then nothing's happened. You know, the expectations, the expectant results that I had, what I expected, didn't turn out within the first few days or a week or so. And that used to leave me feeling frustrated and annoyed with myself and frustrated. You know, I'm not getting the results that I think I should get. And often or not, I'd quit. In the past, I would quit. I'd stop doing it because, you know what? I've done it for a bit of time and it's not worked. When really now reflecting back, the consistency is what is needed at the start. Going through that and planting the seeds, sowing the seeds, because to see the results later on in the future. When I think back to when I started this podcast, I podcasted each and every single day for around 2 months. And guess what? I didn't have a lot of downloads. I was consistent in my actions though 2 years ago, and now I am reaping the rewards. So for your goals, for your changes that you want in your life, I want you to think about that. I want you to think about the actions that you are taking and the momentum that you have behind your actions. Are you having a goal that you want? You've got a goal that you want to achieve. It may be that you want to have a morning routine, an evening routine. You think, yes, that's what I want. And you do this morning routine for 1, 2, 3 days, and you're not seeing, but you find it a little bit challenging. You're not seeing the mindfulness that you're hoping for, the productivity. You weren't getting the results that you expected. And then you might go, oh, you know what? It's not working. It's not working. It's not working for me. It doesn't work for me. I'll never be able to do this. And then you go back to doing what you were doing before, which was causing you pain and making you unhappy. If that's you, give me a nod. You can't see it, but give me a nod. I'll feel it. So it's that consistency, and that when you do get started, you have a lot of motivation. And then when you don't see the results that you expected, sometimes you can get frustrated and quit, start to blame, start to believe it doesn't work. When really, it's that consistent action over a period of time, showing up each and every single day, taking action towards your goals, your dreams, the changes that you want in your life that will get you the results. Some people are experts, incredibly well at starting something and never following through. They'll do something for a few days, a few times, and they'll start to slack because they're not getting the immediate results. When what you're actually doing is you're sowing the seeds. You are sowing the seeds to what is then going to be your future success. You need to have the consistency of showing up each and every single day for how long it takes for you to achieve your goals and the change that you want, as people do in the gym. People who go to the gym and want to build that muscle mass, they have to go to the gym multiple times consistently for months, for years, to get the results that they are looking for. If you went to the gym and you were looking at building muscle mass in your biceps, and you went once and you were like, oh, I'm not getting the results that I wanted, that didn't work out. You're not going to get that mass and the size of the bicep by working out once. It's the repeated workout over months, over even years in some circumstances, to get that desired result. Showing up most days, most weeks, going to the gym 4 to 5 days per week, that gets the results that you are looking for. And it's the same in your goals and your dreams. If you find that you're constantly jumping from one shiny object to another, one goal here, one goal there, one change there, and never actually settling, it could be that you're not actually committing the time. You're not sitting down and going, right, I'm going to give myself a month, 2 months where I'm consistently going to do this morning routine, this evening routine, meditation, exercise, whatever that may be, showing up and taking action each and every single day. Because the action that you are taking in the present moment, the action that you take today, you will reap the rewards for in the future. Same as the action that you do not take today, you will not reap the rewards in the future. How you live today is how you live your life. So how you act today is going to shape the path for the future. The decisions, the actions, the choices that you make today are going to shape your future. When you plant a seed, it takes years to grow into a tree. Each and every single day, absorbing the sunlight, absorbing water, nutrients, and growing each and every single day. It takes years for it to grow into a strong tree. It's the same with your dreams, and it's the same with your goals. The challenge is, though, I find that, would you agree that, we're such a race that's caught up on instant gratification. We want the results immediately. We see people who are where we want to be, and we want those results now. And because when we do take a few actions, and we do things that are going to get us to where we want to be, and we don't see the results that we want immediately, we can get disheartened. People aren't prepared to wait 2 to 3 years to get the results that they want. They're happy, though, to spend that time thinking about taking action and never actually taking action. So the message of today's podcast is really this. Anything that you want to achieve in your life, goals, dreams, aspirations, these big goals that I know you have, or else you wouldn't listen to this podcast, the change that you want to have in your life. This is something that you're going to have to repeatedly take action on. Think long-term instead of short-term. Long-term success, long-term gratification over instant gratification. Because if you don't, you're going to consistently be beating yourself up about how you can never stick to anything, how you aren't consistently taking action, how you're constantly failing, nothing goes right for you, blaming outside of you, and thinking that you cannot control it. Where you need to be looking is on what you can control, looking internally at what you do on a daily basis that is going to get you the results that you want. So thank you very much for listening to today's podcast. I hope you have, I'm releasing this podcast on Friday the 16th of July. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend or a wonderful day, even if it is in the midweek. So thank you for listening to today's podcast. And I'm going to leave you how I always leave you. And that is to remember that your habits and your routines will work towards your dreams.